Live from Music City, Nashville, Tennessee. This is your motivational, sensational, inspirational, educational, aspirational, international, keenly awaited, daily created, highly anticipated edition of the afternoon swing training floor. The host, Jeremy Alexander Newsom, with another daily dose of mentally delicious brain food reminding you to love life, dream. What's going on, folks? From around the world. Friday is here. The markets are closed. I'm looking around me and there's nothing moving except for cryptos. Oh man, looking good. Let me give you guys a little quick tour of my office just in case. William says happy Friday. Emmanuel says hello. John Axe says hi there. Hi, John. My girl Francois says hello. All right, let's give you a quick little tour. I'm sure you guys noticed the candles on the wall. You guys saw those, right? So office is, let me close this door over here. Let me close this guy. This is my bathroom. So that's my bathroom, so I don't have to ever leave if I don't want. So if I just want to stay in here at all times, I got a bathroom, so I don't even have to leave. Here's what I look at all day. So there's a window right behind all my, I can see outside. I'll remove these blinds one day so I can kind of peek outside every so often and see what's going on. But this is what I'm staring at pretty much most of the day when I'm webinaring. That's you guys right here. And here's to the right of me, set of screens. Nothing crazy. It's really just a show off. You definitely do not need that many screens to trade profitably or make money in the market. I can guarantee you that. I do plenty just from my laptop when I travel. I just have a little bit of a laptop and that's really it. Now the fun part, see if I can put this camera back so it doesn't fall on its little stand. It's always a challenge sometimes. All right, let's see if that works. Beautiful. Emmanuel says, you're lucky I don't have a window in my office. Sometimes it's a good thing. Sometimes I just want to throw a watermelon outside of it. JP says, what's the speed of your treadmill? Oh yeah, good call. So my treadmill, this is the treadmill. So the treadmill goes up to 2 miles an hour. It's a really wide treadmill. It's pretty big. So this is me walking on the treadmill like top speed if I really want to fly. If I got places to go, I can do, I think 2 miles an hour. So if I do a webinar for 5 hours, this will be 10 miles if that's the right math. So I usually have it like at about an hour, mile an hour. Ladies and gentlemen, what an experience. It's been a great privilege and opportunity to be here and work with so many people from all over the world for an entire week. So I just want to say thank you if you were brand new and never worked with me before. Thank you for being here. If you have worked with me before, thank you for being here. Thank you for allowing me to enrich lives. That's my mission here at Real Life Trading, is to be able to impact people just like yourself and just help them through this mysterious world of the market. What we're going to kind of do is, realistically, we're definitely going to dive into the markets. We're going to talk about everything that happened this week, you know, the good, the bad, the ugly. But before I do that, let me give you just an absolute terrible sales pitch for just a moment. The stock market is one of the hardest things to use, to implement, to make money very frequently. It's incredibly challenging. This is like the best video game in the world, and it will separate the people from who want to simply make money and the people who absolutely love this. And there's no other way to simply let you know that it's going to be a challenge. If you see me being able to carve out profits, you know, every single month, that's a goal that I have. It's not always guaranteed. It takes a lot of effort. There are pretty much one day a week where I feel like just throwing in the towel, totally quitting, giving up on everything because it's hard. It's really frustrating. It's really difficult. But we have to find ways to push through those obstacles and to push over and get past those hurdles. There are much easier ways to make money out there in the world, but the stock market, in my opinion, is one of the best ways to make money. Okay? If it's one of the best ways to make money, is it going to be the easiest? Absolutely not. There are ways that are so much substantially easier, it's insane. Like starting a business. I think creating your own business is one of the easiest ways to make money in the entire world. But it's so much work. There's so much time involved. I mean, you could create a business trading by yourself and there's no employees, there's no overhead, there's no marketing, there's no advertising. You don't have to deal with customer service. You don't have to deal with phone calls. You just have the ability to trade what's in front of you, use your capital, and make money from anywhere in the entire world. You can be in Cambodia, you can be in Australia, you can be in Aruba, you can be in British Columbia, you can be anywhere in the world and access these markets and within seconds electronically become wealthier. That is an incredible resource, but it's hard, it's difficult, it's challenging, but all success is hard, difficult, and challenging. That's just the way it is. The term, if it was easy, everybody would do it. It is easy, and everyone is doing it. But it depends on how well you're going to do, will come down to what your goals and objectives are. If you are going to make money trading the stock market, and that's going to be your primary source of income, get ready for some very challenging 3 or 4 years. Get ready. Because it is going to be a grind. That 3 to 4 year process is going to take a lot of work and stress and sweat and tears potentially and carpal tunnel and sore wrists. It's going to be hard. It's going to be a lot of typing. There's going to be a lot of time away from your family, from your kids, from your wife, from your husband. It's going to be hard. That's just all measures of success, ladies and gentlemen. If you're going to be a professional anything, you're going to have to figure out ways to outwork other human beings that are professionals in that environment. All right? If you want to become a multi-million-dollar real estate agent, is that possible? Can you sell real estate as an agent and nothing other than real estate sales and become a millionaire? Absolutely you can. You can become a millionaire at anything, my friends. You can make millions of US dollars of currency doing anything you want. The money is not the problem. The numbers are not the problem. It is easily doable. It's simple, but difficult. Easy, but hard, okay? Becoming a professional at anything is a struggle. And if you look at me and you view me as successful, don't. I want you to view me as a terrible worst case scenario of someone who lost all of his money and material assets in the first 3 to 5 years of his trading experience when he was 20 years old and an absolute moron and didn't know anything at all and simply just refused to give up. I took out loans of credit. I got credit cards. I got cash advances. I got paper bag money from the Korean mafia. I did everything possible to succeed at this. I'm not exaggerating. This is not a joke. I did the worst financial things you could possibly do. But what it helped me understand is that money is not the problem. If you don't have money, go get more and figure out if you know what you're talking about. If you think you're good at trading, go get a $100,000 bank loan against your house and start trading. If you think you're that good, all right? I did it, okay? The money is available. A lot of people ask me, well, if you lost $100,000, how did you go back from making more than that in the market? The answer is simple. I just went out and got a bunch of money out of a bunch of different sources and just did everything I humanly could to make more. Story that a lot of you don't know is when I started real life trading over 5 years ago, I got sued by a lot of other companies out there that were not very happy with me doing what I'm doing. Giving this education for free, I experienced a lawsuit over $1.2 million. To do exactly what I'm doing right now, I got sued to do what I'm doing at this present moment in time. And I had to go and get money from a friend, a really good friend of mine. I had to get money and use that money to escape that roller coaster. I represented myself in court, ladies and gentlemen, to make this dream happen. I'm serious. There's a lot of things out there that are going to be a challenge. And yes, the stock market is one of them. The stock market is a challenge, but this right here is your challenge. You have to figure out what you want in this life and realize that anything you want is achievable with the right steps and the right formula and the right process. And if you know that you can find someone who's done it before, go do that. Follow that person, learn from them, and grow alongside them. I'm not saying that I have to be that person. If you want me to be that person, phenomenal. But there are over 200 people who are willing and waiting with open arms to do their absolute best to help you grow, help you progress, and help you understand this complex, simple, organic, beautiful money-making machine that we know as the stock market. That's my sales pitch. If you want to be a part of this process, go for it. It's worth it. I'm spending a lot more money and a lot more time than you are signing up for this program. All right. If you're like, oh, you're doing the math, you're like, oh, Jeremy's making this much money because this many subscribers are signing up. Not the case. I give a lot of my money away anyway. Okay. I give plenty of money away. My mission is much, much bigger than that. This is not a numbers game, folks. This is a game of me knowing what I want to do and attacking it with every fiber of my being. And I'm not going to have one single soul on this planet tell me otherwise. Whatever I need to do, I'm going to do that to achieve my mission and leave my legacy on this world. So that's my update. That's what I want to share with you. I think this was one of the most incredible weeks that I've had in my entire life. I had some really wild, crazy, intense, fun swings. Monday was interesting. Tuesday and Wednesday were losing days. I had to figure out what I was going to do. I was sitting there with 1,000 people with 4,000 emails every single day saying, Jeremy, I signed up for your room and I'm not making any money. Why is that? And I had to figure out a way to tweak myself, get myself over that hump, and figure out a way to bring you guys profits. And that's what we did Thursday, and that's what we did Friday. It's like a coach. When you're losing and you're down by however many points in whatever game you want to use, whatever analogy makes sense to you, and you got 15 seconds left, you got to figure out what makes it a powerful movement for you and get yourself from point A to point B. That's it. You got to figure it out. You got to dig deep and we'll do whatever it takes. I'm going to do whatever it takes. Always have, always will. So type in 1 if you want to dive in and check out the markets and look at what happened this week. I love it. And the beautiful thing is, think about how many people that are there in the chat pane that I just want to help and enrich and enjoy life with. I'm so fired up. I want you to match my energy, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? I want you to bring it. The people who are in this community are cerebral pyromaniacs. These guys are fire starters. They are money masters. We are controlling our own destiny and we are getting things done. Be there, be a part of it. If you want in, you know where to get in. Let's dive into the market. SPY today, using new all-time highs. Alan says, can you give us the links again for the sign-up packages? Yes, sir. They are just going to be the links on the very front page of reallifetrade.com. So if you guys want to ever pop over reallifetrade.com, here's going to be the current packages that are presently available. If you click on that bad boy right there, boom, there they are. Pop in, join up, try it out. If you don't like it, I'll give you your money back. If you do like it, we'll keep trading together. We'll amplify and exemplify and amplify and exemplify. Grow your cash. Hopefully, that's the overall objective of the stock market, right? I know we want to make money trading. I get that. But you're going to have to prove to the market that you're going to be the best version of yourself, because the best version of yourself is who is needed to be required for you to make money doing this. You are going to have to become the best version of yourself to make anything possible and successful in life. Doesn't matter if it's the stock market. Doesn't matter if it's business. Doesn't matter what it is. But it can be done. Here we go. The SPY, new all-time highs. I love the bulls. I am a perma bull and I am a fan. I had one trader take this exact trade that's in front of you on the screen. This is a funny story, actually. I had one trader who made money with this exact setup that you see in front of you, and had another trader lose money. It's really wild to see just the two total differences between someone's psychology and what someone really wants and what someone's trying to do. So this particular trade on the screen is a trade that I posted for the SPY. And we set this up on Wednesday, and I simply said, verbatim, hey, if you want to take this trade with shares or options, you're more than welcome to. This is a great spot to buy the dip. We had a Marubozu type of candle, shave top, and if we retest this resistance, it'd be an old resistance, new support to buy off of, and it looks really good to me. On Monday, I mentioned if we close above those candles on the SPY that we would go higher. I had one gentleman email me today, and we had a phone call about an hour ago, and he got out of this position towards the end of yesterday at a loss. Stop didn't get hit, but he was afraid that it was. Was he living in an abundant mindset, or was he living in a scarcity mindset? Was his money on his mind, or was his mind on his money? Was he thinking about how much money he was going to lose, or was he thinking about how much money was he going to make? Was he thinking in a scarcity mindset or abundance mindset? He was in a scarcity mindset. He was afraid that if he got stopped out, he wouldn't have enough, he wouldn't be enough, he wouldn't be good enough, he wouldn't be loved enough, he would lose money, wouldn't be strong enough, wouldn't be rich enough, wouldn't be wealthy enough, whatever. Those are all the thoughts that go through his mind, and he got out almost at the tail end, the very bottom of yesterday. Then I had one trader who said, hey man, this is the plan. Right? You got a plan, you got an entry, and you got a stop loss. Whatever. He thought in an abundance mindset. He said, if the trade works out, then I can make more money. If it doesn't work out, I can still make more money. There's plenty of opportunities to make money out there. It's an easy trade, so I'm going to take it. Bought at 300. Look at this nice even number. Buy at 300, stop at 298, sell at 302. If you risked 100, if you bought 100 shares, you would have lost $200, or you made $200 in 2 days. That's just math. Not even 2 days, I'm sorry, 24 hours. 24, that's simple. That's it. And what's ironic is I had another discussion with a lady 3 days ago, and she mentioned, Jeremy, why do you trade actively? Because I know that long-term investing is very profitable. And I said, you are 100% correct. Long-term investing is very, very profitable. That is one of the most incredible ways to achieve financial wealth. Take your money, put it into something that you believe in, and let it grow for you. Doesn't matter, as far as believing, it could just be the market, right? You could have bought the SPY with any amount of money that you want at all. Someone name a figure. Write a figure down for me and put it in the chat pane. What amount of money would you have bought the SPY with, or you could have bought the SPY with, or you should have bought the SPY with? Any amount of money, type it into the chat pane. What do you guys think? $10,000. Perfect. So we got someone that says $10,000. All right, so someone pick a month for me between June and today. June and today. Any month you want, any day you want. Someone pick a time frame for me between June, sorry, between January and now. Between the beginning of the year and now. May 5th. All right, so we got May 5th. May 5th right here. Okay. So this person takes $10,000 of an investment. Well, May 5th was a Sunday, so May 6th. So at market open, they buy some SPY with $10,000 at $289.25. So how many shares would that be? Let's see. $10,000 divided by $289.25. 10,000 divided by, I did 1,000. 10,000 divided by 285. 289.25. 34 shares. Now, when you're doing that, when you're buying the SPY, you are buying the stock market in all essence. You are investing in the US economy. Who here believes in America? All right. You are straight up investing in America. You buy the SPY. That's what you're buying. Okay. 34 shares. That same exact investment, if you hold for 2 full months, not even 2 full months, just 2 months. Let's see how much you're up. 34 shares, and let's say right now is at 301.96, $10,266. You made $266 by doing nothing. Not a lot of money. It is not life-changing amounts of money at all. But it's better than what a lot of you have done over the last 2 months. Am I right? A lot of you have lost more than that somehow. All you had to do is just buy the SPY on May 5th, $10,000, and boom, you have more than you have now. If you think trading is harder than that, it's not. I'm sorry. Okay? It's not harder than that. You can take amount of money, you can buy something you really like at a good price, mitigate risk appropriately, hold for a certain period of time. And if you buy the right instrument at the right time with the right product, the chance of you making money are pretty high. And in fact, the SPY is the market. Like, when you can buy the Dow Jones, that's fine. You can buy the Qs, that's fine. If you buy a general broader market ETF, you're pretty much investing in big name, huge companies. All right. Those of you who want to get rich quickly, the market is not going to be for you until you know what you're doing. Give me 5 years of your time, and if you want to make $200,000 in a week, I'll let you know when you're ready. Okay? Give me some time of your trading, and I'll let you know when you're ready, and you'll be able to take some bets on some things. You'll be able to take some calculated, measurable bets, some wagers that can turn out to be pretty good in your favor. Doesn't have to be with options, right? You're talking about, Jeremy, there's no way. How could you possibly make $200,000 in a week? Put $2 million into a trade that goes up 10%. Google today. If you had bought Google yesterday with $2 million and sold it today, you'd make $200,000 overnight. That's just the math. Then you might go, Jeremy, that's a really big investment. Is it? I mean, if you don't have $2 million, it's a big investment. But how do you think Google has 1 million shares traded every single day? Today it had 6 million shares traded. 6 million shares on just one stock. That doesn't even count the other Google. There's 2 Googles. This was a voting class shares. Okay, if you own this company, you get to vote. If you own the other company, you can't. Or one of the other ones. I don't know which one it is, but something like that. The phrase in your head might pop up, don't put all of your eggs in one basket. Why? Who told you that? When did they say that? If you put all of your eggs in one basket, there's no way that basket can break. Perfect. Or if I have plenty more eggs, wonderful. Or if I do drop the basket, but none of the eggs can crack, fantastic. I told someone if I had $40 million, I'd have $30 million in Google. Right? This is a no-brainer for me long term. If you're bullish on the internet, you should be bullish on Google. Plenty of time to make money on this stock. But this is just one example out of millions. One example. That's wild. That is wild stuff. It is incredible. So if you want to make a lot of money quickly, you better have a lot of money and a lot of experience. Or you should pay someone with a lot of money and a lot of experience. One of the two. Otherwise, it's going to take you some time. It's just like you going into any other field and trying to make tons of money immediately. When I say any other field, that could be a literal field. I don't know if I have any soccer fans out there, but if you like soccer or football, if you're going to go out and become a professional, is it going to take you some time? Absolutely. How is it any different that you go into the stock market when you're battling against people like me who've done this 19 hours every day for the last 11 years, and you think you're just going to walk up in here and just make $10,000 every day? It's not going to happen. It's going to be a challenge. But here's the good news. The amount of money that you can make in the stock market is unlimited. That's the good news. Success is unlimited. The potentials are literally uncapped. You can make as much money in the stock market as you want. You just have to do the right placement at the right time and understand the risks. Pull the trigger. Type it a 7 if you know what I mean. That's it. Those are the steps, my friends. Those are the steps. I mean, I had one person ask me a very honest question, and this was a beautiful question to be asked. This person said to me, Jeremy, will I ever make $1 million trading the stock market? And you know what I told him? Probably not. Most likely no. Most likely no, because the question earlier, he told me how much money he was trading. Right? He was trading $27,000, and he wanted to get an idea when he was going to make $1 million. And I said, man, when did you make $1 million at work? How long would it have taken you to make $1 million at work, the thing that you get paid to do, that you're a professional in? If you saved every single dime from your paycheck and put it into a bank account, how long would it take you to get to $1 million? Have you guys ever done that math? Some of you are already there. Okay, I want to make sure you're very aware that I am talking to millionaires right now. A lot of you out there are millionaires. That's beautiful. It's a great, phenomenal place to be. And I love that. But also there's people who aren't millionaires. How long would it take you to make $1 million if you saved every dime from your paycheck and didn't spend one single thing? I don't mean invest. I mean literally just save it. All right. So someone's saying 12 years. Thank you for your honesty. Well, when I worked at Nationwide Insurance, I actually never did the math. Let me try to figure it out really quick. I was making like $42,000 a year. So that's a lot of years. 42,000, 23 years it would have taken me. 23 years. And that's not if I don't get a raise. I get that. That's not if I invest. That's just literally just taking the money. It's going to take time. So don't worry about the million mark. Worry about the 100,000 mark first, if that's what you're striving for. Or work for the $50,000 mark or the $25,000 mark or wherever you are in your life and in your career. But it's possible. Okay, you can get there. It's doable. Calculated bets, the right time, the right decision, and the right instrument. can get you there. Money is everywhere. It literally grows on trees. All the money in the world that you want is available to you. So go get yours. Google, here's what it's about to do in my personal opinion. I made 73 entire dollars off of this stock today from day trading it. And a few other people made a few million, right? Because 6 million shares were traded. So whatever amazing human being in the world bought right here and sold right there, someone did it. Someone in the world bought there and sold there. They made $1 million. I don't know who it was, but someone, it happened. All right. Someone made $1 million on that trade. Stacy said, how much did you make? 73. I made 73 US dollars. Entry was here. Stop was there. It ran up. We exited 10% right there. And then right as I was wrapping up the morning room, we closed out right here for a very small gain. And that was pretty much it. Tracy said she made 54 bucks. Hey, that's awesome, Trace. That's okay. All right, that's okay. But again, what it does is that's just the day trade. Okay, that's just the day trade. I was very, very close to making a little bit more than that. Because remember, it all comes down to calculated bets, proper timing. Right? Calculated bets and proper timing. Meaning, if you have a $10,000 account, and you're like, Jeremy, I have no idea how to make $10,000 grow safely. Buy 10 shares of Google. Well, at this point, 8 shares of Google on some kind of pullback and just hold it until it goes higher. How long will it take? I don't know. Here's my thought process on Google here on an hourly chart. Here's what I think it's going to do. So you're welcome to take a screenshot of that. That's very likely what Google's about to do in the next few days to weeks. Right? Have a little bit of a higher high, have a dip, scare some people. People buy, make a new all-time high, the newbies hop on right there. Then the newbies get punished, and then smart money gets back in again, and it goes on for a little bit of a ride. Okay? Google, pretty cool, right? I was talking to someone earlier today about diversification, and again, this is just my personal opinion, but as Mark Cuban said, diversification is for people who don't know what they're doing. You will never become a millionaire through picking 15 different stocks on a $1,000 account or a $10,000 account, or shoot, probably even a $100,000 account. All right, having it across 15 different stocks. It's going to be really challenging. It's going to take you a long time. So you have to figure out a way to hedge your bets, protect your capital, but at some point in degree, when I say hedge your capital, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes I'm also just meaning don't be an absolute jagaloon and put all of your money into a pharmaceutical company that you don't know anything about. Okay? That's what happens. A lot of times when people hear my advice and they're thinking to themselves, man, all right, Jeremy, I got $9,000. I'm going to take this $9,000 and buy this random ass pharmaceutical company because it's going to go up 10x. Sure, it will. A pharmaceutical, like, how do you know? This thing is the most volatile company in the world. Their stock looks like this. It goes from $2 to $10 to $100 to 0 to 3. It's like it's insanely volatile. And so much of that does not rely on you or them. You know, if I'm looking at Google, I pull up this trend and just think to myself, look at this trend. What has Google done since its IPO? You know? Oh, here it comes. I gotta say thank you for that super kind comment. Let me just read what Nancy just wrote in the chat pane because it's making me all smiley and happy. Nancy said, to those who haven't signed up yet, I'm a retired 67-year-old who is so thankful to found Jeremy a little over a year ago. I basically lurk in the background as I still have so much to learn, but now I make enough each month to pay a little bills and some extra. Jeremy and RLT R. Evanson. And Nancy, I truly appreciate that so much. Thank you. I love you. And what's very interesting about her statement, folks, is when you read statements like that, listen to what your inner voice says about statements like that, because it really is a great way for you to kind of judge and define what filters you see the world through, right? So for example, when she said she found me a little over a year ago, so a little over a year, and then she mentioned she has so much to learn, but she makes enough to pay all the bills and a little extra, right? How much is a little extra for Nancy? In your brain, you might have said $100. Who knows? And it doesn't matter. To Nancy, a little could be an extra 100,000. You know, who knows? So remember those goggles. Remember those filters. The way we see it. So when I read that, I'm just thinking Nancy's making 10 grand a month. Doesn't matter how much you're making, Nancy. I love you and thank you for making that post. I appreciate you, and it's been an absolute incredible journey to have you here. So shout outs to Nancy, absolutely. Axel said, that's why I make $3,000 to $5,000 a day trading Roku. Axel, I love that. Just Roku, huh? That's your main focus? I love it. We have a trader in the trading room who trades just Micron technology. I have another trader who focuses almost exclusively on AMD. And Axel, I think that's fantastic. I am all for that strategy, and I'm very happy that that's worked for you. I did that with Apple from 2012 to 2014-ish. I traded a lot of Apple during that time. So yeah, beautiful stuff. Beautiful. Jill said you have one also who just trades Caterpillar. Not, I don't think it's Caterpillar, it's CSX, I think is what you're talking about. Yes, I have a lady who trades just good old CSX. I mean, one of the most boring companies in the world. She's a liquid multi-millionaire. It's amazing. Trades CSX every day. All right, so Google, beautiful bullish gap and go. Tracy, congrats on making some change off of that. And ladies and gentlemen, even if you bought one share of Google yesterday, one share, you have enough for a crisp $100 bill that you just printed from the market. So congratulations. I love Google long-term as an investment. That's kind of what I'm saying. The Sergeant is doing a comment. He says, me too. I found real life trading in late 2017. I joined the free week in 2018 in February. I said, what's the risk in learning and fine tuning my trading? And I'm still here and I've learned so many things. I've made so much money and learned something I could pass to my family. I love it. Thanks, Jay. My privilege, man, my honor. Thank you for saying those kind things, Sergeant. It was great hanging out with you, man. Fishing off the coast of Texas. Incredible times. All right, so Google is out the way. That's my analysis on Google. Let's go to the next stock, whichever that one is. It's pulling up right now. Where's my file? All right. Next on the list is Amazon, AMZN. And Amazon was a fun little trade today. So Donnie Williams made 5R, however much that is. I don't know. That's why I love using the R strategy. Doesn't matter. And Amazon, very nice little gap down on what I would think is pretty solid earnings. And here's the 3-minute chart on Amazon. And Alan, I want to give you a shout out. Mr. Stakem, thanks for trading Amazon with me today and making a little bit of chump change. That was fun. Richard said he made 1.2 R's on Amazon today. Beautiful job. Well done, sir. I made about that as well. And what Amazon did is a really, really beautiful move. This was almost so perfect, I had to play it again. Check this out on Amazon. So it gaps down, first candle, high wave candle. Now, who can remember what type of gap was Amazon? What type of gap was AMZN this morning? A boy Tom says it was a bearish retest. You got it, Tom. Absolutely correct. So it's a bearish retest, which means what? It means it's most likely going to retest and roll over. So boom, boom, boom. However you want to draw it. I mean, I could draw that S curve 19 different ways. Here's another one right here. But you had a 3-minute candle on a bearish retest. It popped above the high of that high wave candle. A bunch of people went bullish because they forgot that Amazon was gapping down into just no man's land, and it retested and rolled over. So you had a trap. It was a very beautiful trap. You had a bull trap right here on Amazon. Boys and girls, does everyone remember how many traps I like to look for before I take a trade? Not always, but I'm just saying, if I can find the stock that I can see a certain amount of traps, then I get really, really comfortable taking a trade. 2. Yep, if I can see 2 clear as day traps, then I'll become a little bit more comfortable about taking a trade on that position if I have no idea what I'm going to do. And that's exactly what I did. Exactly what I did on Amazon today. I saw that trap come in. I stayed away because it was earnings, right? A lot of people are going to be trading Amazon for the first 3 minutes. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to back away and let it do its thing. And then this candle comes in. Boom. Huge bearish candle. And I thought to myself, wow, what a strong bear candle on Amazon. Look at the volume. Pathetic. Really, really weak volume. Barely took out the volume from this candle. Didn't take out the volume from this. I mean, it's a small volume. A huge candle like that with little volume. I was like, all right, well, that's interesting. Then this candle came in, and right here, check this volume out. What's interesting about this bearish volume, Tom? Anybody else? This is a big lesson, all right? I'm teaching you all something right here. This is a multi-thousand million, whatever. This is a big financial lesson. What's interesting about this volume on Amazon? It was decreasing. The bear volume went even lower. So this volume is not only lower than the bullish volume. So it's not only lower than this candle has more volume. So not only is it lower than the volume, but it makes a lower low and a lower high. And this volume is pathetic. It's lower than this volume, it's lower than this volume. It's actually some of the, almost the lowest volume on the entire stock so far. And it's the 6th candle in, 7th candle in, making a lower low on tiny volume. So at that particular point in time, I went bullish Amazon. Now I didn't just buy it, I didn't just buy shares. I could have, but I didn't. I went with a strategy that I like to trade Amazon with on Fridays. Some of you know that. Some of you know the strategy. For those of you who don't, it's not a big deal. But I did what's referred to as a credit spread. I like credit spreads a lot on certain instances. So I did a credit spread because a credit spread will pay me to know or guess where the stock is not going or shouldn't go. That was it. So when this candle came in right there, I thought to myself, all right, here's what we have on Amazon. We have a pre-market support, and Tracy helped me find this pre-market support. Good old Tracy. So there's your pre-market support on Amazon right there, 1918.64, a place where you bounce around. And this was the absolute low of the day, pre-market. And I'll look on the daily chart and show you some other stuff on how you could have known that it was most likely not going to go down that far. But then what I did is I said, you know what? Right now, Amazon is at 1923. I don't think it's going to drop to 1890. I just purely guessed. Pure guess. 1890. So I did what's referred to as, or in the room, we did a bull put spread. which is selling a put and then buying a put lower. Right here. And got paid about 8% on that position. Got paid 8% on risk in one day to get a general idea of where I think the stock is not going to go, which was 30 points away. Now, could Amazon have gone down 30 points? It could have, certainly. But I was just kind of thinking, I was like, well, I don't think it will. I'm more or less guessing that it won't go down another 1.5%. Certainly could have, but those are the risks that we take. And with a bull put spread, you have protection. If it does this, right, you have protected in place. Now, if I go to the daily chart, there was another thing that I liked on the daily chart. So the daily chart, the 50 EMA was at 1919. We hadn't hit it yet. So I did the 50 EMA. I was like, all right, well, I'll go below that just in case. So it was pretty good. So on Amazon, right, you had that bull put spread. That was a nice little trade. So congrats for those people who took it. So from here, Amazon obviously unequivocally going to go higher. Earnings are actually quite good. And I don't know how low they're going to go before they go higher. This does look a little double topish, but this candle is going to tell you everything you need to know. If for some reason Amazon gaps down, and gaps down strongly, I'd be very patient, just watch what it does. If it gaps down, either very, very bullish or very, very bearish, and I don't know why. Thomas said, did you only sell 2 contracts of them since it was a $2.50 spread between the strikes? I did 4. I did 4 just because it's a Friday, and I usually go with 4s on Fridays. On that particular spread. So I increased my risk a little bit on Fridays because the premium is not as much. So I go for a little bit more risk since I can literally almost day trade it. Yeah, that's a very valid question though. Very, very valid question. So Amazon, Monday, a gap down is going to be either extremely bullish or extremely bearish. I don't know which one yet, so I'm going to wait for it. Probably bullish. It'll probably get bought up, but I'll wait and find out. If we gap up, same thing. Right, if we gap up on Amazon, it'll fade immediately or it'll run immediately. So Amazon, Monday will be a very strong day, depending on how it gaps. If it doesn't gap at all and just opens flat, I'm just going to wait and see what it does. But this is going to be a very important candle for those of you going forward. Break above or break below, a close above or close below, and that'll probably be a short-term direction. But Amazon will make new all-time highs before too long, and when it does, it'll be a lot of fun, I think. David says, I echo the comments above about RLT and Jeremy. He is very genuine and truly cares about your success. I would highly recommend real life trading. As Jeremy said, success takes time and effort. He and real life trading and the community will help you along the way. I'm continuing to learn, but I'm consistently making money. It is truly a skill set that you can do for the rest of your life and pass on to your family. And that's the key, my friends. Pass along to your family. A lot of you out there probably have kids or wives or husbands or something. You got some kind of family, nephews, nieces. I don't have any kids, but I have a lot of family. And I'm doing my absolute best to get as much as my family in there as possible, into trading as humanly possible. So David, thank you for that, man. And it was incredible to spend a whole few days in your house down there in Houston, working with you, trading with you, meeting your beautiful family. Tell Karen I said hello, and just thanks for being incredible, man. Richard says, the closing action felt like a gap up on Monday. I'm teaching my son. He said, shorts are a great prank. Shorting and making money on the downside is kind of a wild thing. I'm not going to deny that at all. The cool thing is make sure to check your monthly charts, ladies and gentlemen. Next week, monthly charts will be closing on Wednesday of next week, I believe. And so those will obviously be fun. I actually would love to see Amazon do one more rotation down before it breaks out, but long term, even Brad Reed is bullish on Amazon, so that says anything. Next on the list is Netflix. And Netflix today, I mean, I don't know about you beautiful people, but today I heard a rumor that a two-legged dog carrying a backpack of cinder blocks, pulling a dog sled up a 14-mile hill covered in blackberry bushes, made money on Netflix today. That dog's name is Trevor. Trevor the Golden Lab. The Golden Lab with 2 legs, man. Made money on Netflix today. Trading with his phone. If a Golden Lab with 2 legs can make money on this trade, I think each and every one of you can as well. I mean, come on. What a perfect gap on Netflix. This is so good. You had an amazing bullish gap right here. You had a beautiful continuation yesterday. And on yesterday, I mentioned, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're going to do this and then roll over, right? All the time I drew it, ever since Tuesday, I've been drawing it that we're most likely going to go higher. Trading back up. Why in the world would we fill this gap? Can anyone tell me why there's a chance that we're going to come out and put pressure into this gap? How would we know? Looking at the candlesticks, that's a very likely scenario. And the answer is, look at all these bears up here. All those bear traders who shorted Netflix before the gap down, bought it, and they're buying to cover. So buying, so the stock goes down, they start buying to cover, and then now it's filling the gap. Thomas says it's because of Bird Box, and the fact it was such a great movie. Sure, Sandra Bullock, if you're listening, I'm a fan of your work. Absolutely. So this was a fantastic gap right above the upper shadow of yesterday. Check out this 3-minute chart. Trevor the Golden Labrador with 2 legs, ladies and gentlemen. Just picture it. Anshul says Bird Box was a shit movie. Oh, it's funny. Oh, that's good stuff. It was interesting. It was interesting. I watched it. I liked it. I mean, I guess one of those things that very, very similar to The Happening that my boy M. Night Shyamalan made. There's a lot of similarities of those movies, and yeah, it was wildly entertainingly decent for a little bit. Falco said, I guess you had to be there when we were trading it. Yeah, man. Good old Bird Box. So let's go through the analysis of this really quick. First candle that opens up. What type of candle is this? And I know that we've never talked about it before, but I'm going to let Scott McKay tell me what type of candle that is. Scott, what do we got? What type of candle is that right there on Netflix? There's a high wave candle. Indecision. I have no idea how to spell indecision, so I'm just going to say high wave candle. Right, we get a high wave with big volume. And again, we knew we were going to be bullish because the previous day, there's a pre-market resistance. By the way, here's another high wave candle, pre-market right there. Now, if you didn't know what to do after that candle with that volume, you get a little bit of a hint. Check out the second candle. Look at this volume from the second candle. Look at that lower shadow and look at that upper wick. A 2-legged dog. Trevor the Golden Lab took that trade. Look at this ginormous hammer on Netflix. Ferdinand the One-Eyed Pigeon came in on this thing. So you got an upper shadow from the 3-wave. You got a hammer from Thor. Ginormous lower shadow with a beautiful, just a cute little lower shadow. Entry there, stop below the hammer, all day, all day, all day. Richard says the dip around 9:30 freaks you out. It should have, absolutely, no question about it. So realistically, on that trade, what would have happened, I think, Richard, is how I would have played it. Once you get triggered in on the third candle, around here, you're taking some profit, right? Taking some profit with a new high, 3 or 4 white candles in a row, locking some profit. There's the retest, boom. So you're at least moving your stop to here after that pivot. And then it trades sideways for pretty much an hour, which would give you the opportunity to, again, move the stop up right around here, lock in some profit, and boom, you would have gotten trailed out for a little bit of a gain. A little bit of a gain. And that's fine. And then if you just made that amount of money, that's beautiful. And then once it came back down to the same level, you got some more high wave candles, you got the nice bounce, you got this really beautiful pattern. And if you were able to catch that move, fantastic. So Netflix was a great move. Again, I love Netflix long term. I think you guys all know that. I still am on board with Netflix going a little bit higher and rotating to some degree. I have no idea how big the rotation is going to be. I can only see it when the candles present itself, but it's going to be fun and going to be exciting. Emmanuel says, Jeremy, I can't find a video explaining a high wave candle. I'm sure you have one. I do not. Only because I talk about it literally every single webinar that I ever do all the time, every day. But I have had so many people ask me that I will make that video just for high wave candles. So that'll be coming up. But the people who subscribe are going to get it first. Tesla, TSLA. Man, even Robert Falco made money playing Tesla today. And Robert Falco got a frequent trader point because he beat me. He made more than I did on Tesla today. Even my boy Tom made money on Tesla today, and Tom can't trade Tesla to save his life. Tom played Tesla extremely well. This was a very fun trade. And I would love to kind of walk through this. There's 2 great setups on this one on Tesla. Type in a 3 if yesterday, you remember me saying, if we gap down and start taking out the lows, be bearish. Okay, because that analysis by itself would have helped you make a little bit of money on Tesla. You might not have broken the bank, okay, but you would have made some gainages. I mean, this is a strong gap. Now, again, I'm still very bullish on Tesla long term. I'm mostly bullish on Elon Musk. I like crazy, wild, insane, stupid people. Those are the kind of people I like to hang out with. Wild, insane ones. Great gap down. Richard says the dude is smart. He's smart. I'm just going to say that. He's smart. You don't have to like his character specifically, but I do. I think he's an evil villain. Like the Superman thing hasn't happened yet, but at some point Superman's going to become a real person, and him and Elon Musk are going to fight in the end. He's the real life Tony Stark. If you watch anything about Iron Man, that's him. So anyway, enough about that. Let's just look at the charts. And it was a very, very nice gap down. Here's the analysis for Monday. Same thing. Gap up, bull. Gap up, bull city. Gap down, bear city. There you go. Which city do you want to go to? It's up to you. Jill said you should meet him. Meet Elon? I will. I'm going to make that happen. I will push for that to occur. Even if I just shake his hand and go, hey man, thanks for being a visionary. So let's go walk through Tesla. And you guys all saw the post. You all know that we were trading it in the morning rooms. We all know all that stuff. So I won't bore you with too many details. But here is the 3-minute chart on Tesla. And there's a ton of different charts you could have played it on, but this was pretty much the 3-minute chart. Here's your high wave candle. Here's your high wave candle, and you get to decide how you play it from there. I mean, if you shorted it here with a stop there, you made money. Or if you bought puts. If you did what I did, which was get in below the second high wave candle with the same stop above there, you equally did well. And that was it. That simple. Look at that volume. Isn't this volume a little bit different than the Amazon volume? Yeah, a little different. There was some volume coming in. So I was full bear on Tesla today until this guy came in. That guy came in and said, uh-oh, it's a little bit of a different story. Now why? What's so special about that candle? So this candle, you get, here's a low, here's a higher low, and then here's a higher low. 3 higher lows, and what type of candle is that? Who can tell me? We got someone says a hammer. Nope, incorrect. Next guess, Thomas says 1 white soldier. That's correct. 1 white soldier. That is the candle. So when that candle came in, I went, oh man, I'm about to get trailed out of my bearish position, which is fine, no big deal. All good, put my stop right here. And man, oh man, I wanted to flip and go bullish. Can anyone tell me why I did not flip and go bullish from my perspective, other than me being an absolute moron? Other than that, why else did I not flip? Chad says you made money. What does that mean? Joanne says your plan, and Tracy got it correct because she's amazing. So I have a rule in my plan that says if I make money trading a stock, I cannot trade that same stock that day. That's just my rule. This day, it kicks me in the butt. Sometimes your plans and your rules are going to do that. Sometimes your rules are going to kick you in the butt a little bit. But you know how many times that same exact rule has saved me money? And at the same time, there's a lot of traders in the room asking, hey, Jeremy, are you going to go bullish? You're going to go bullish? You're going to go bullish? You're going to go bullish? I was like, bro, if we close above 224, I mean, that's the neckline of a double bottom. I wouldn't be bearish anymore. Bang, 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 neckline retest. So if you're going to play it bullish, that's when you would have. Scott says, but that's what seems to make you so good. Thanks, man. That's a kind compliment. Yeah, I try. One of the reasons that I would, my assumption is that so many former military are part of real life trading is because we really, really harp on the discipline thing. And I think that if you're a former military or current military, you should be pretty good with discipline and following some rules, or you should at least have that understanding. And that's why I love, and again, full disclosure, one of my favorite persons in the world to work with is a former Marine. Because I know exactly how to tweak their buttons. My uncle is a former Marine, and you know, one of my greatest friends and co-chairs and mentors and just staff members, and I love Johnny Garco with my whole heart. He's a former Marine. Gregory Gilbert, just an absolute fireball of a human, intelligent, smart, not convicted. What's the word? It's not convicted. Conviction. He has conviction. Conviction and convicted. Those are 2 different words. Good try, Newsom. So former Marines are some of my favorite people to work with because I know exactly what buttons to press. And man, I can turn a former Marine into a money-making machine so quickly. But anyway, Disciplined traders are successful traders. That's absolutely correct. And as much as I don't want to follow my rules sometimes, I always follow my rules. And that was a great, great fade. Really good trade, bullish. And I love some Tesla. So now all I'm trying to do is figure out when in the world to buy these things back. I really don't know. Richard says, Jeremy is conflicted with the convicted. Exactly. Oh, man. So I'm trying to figure out when to buy these things back down here, because at this point, they're pretty much worthless after today. I say worthless. This guy is worth 36 cents. This guy is worth, well, there's still a little bit of money on that one, 80 cents. This guy is worth $1.98. There'll be time to buy those back before too long. And most likely sell some June 2021s or potentially sell some more June 2021s. Yeah, going real far out. All right, anyway, cool on Tesla, fun. We're gonna watch it very closely next week. And I promise I'm not gonna go super long today. Apple, AAPL. All right, I'm just gonna tell you all what I think is gonna happen, but I'm not gonna publish this chart until later. But if for any reason, I don't necessarily expect it, I really don't, this is gonna be a full surprise for me. If Apple gaps above 220, it'll hit 300 before end of 2020. Letting you all know right now. I really do not expect that to happen. But if we gap up on earnings into here, we're going to retest like an absolute monster, and then it's just going to rampage like Seabiscuit. Okay? Don't expect that to happen. I actually expect Apple to probably either open flat or gap down and have one more little rotation lower. Worst case scenario and then bounce. That's what I'm hoping for. Man, that would be fun. But as you'll notice, both of those wave rotations, when do I have drawn that they're going to bounce? I don't know if you guys picked up on that, but all my drawings are specifically timed. Why do I have both of those waves bouncing end of year? That is correct. Okay. If you're telling me that Apple is not going to absolutely dominate Christmas again, you are wrong, my friend. I love you, but you were just straight up incorrect. Apple is going to straight up dominate Christmas season. I'm sorry. They're going to. Those damn ear pods. Whew. So we'll see, but I'm full bull on Apple. Long term, short term, I am so happy if this thing pulls back a little bit. I really, really do want a big pullback on Apple. If it gaps up, I'm going to fade it pretty hard. That credit card is going to be mind-boggling. Cannot wait. Okay. Next on the list, Goldman Sachs, ticker symbol GS. And Goldman Sachs is going to keep on churning and burning for a little bit. We have a little bit higher to go, but wait for a pullback on Goldman Sachs because you're at the 100 simple moving average. If you're thinking to yourself, Jeremy, there's no way that's a double bottom on a weekly chart. Yeah, that's a double bottom on a weekly chart right there on Goldman Sachs. You went from a head and shoulders sell-off to a double bottom. There's the head and shoulders, and here's the double bottom. So by the way, my friends, this is a picture-perfect textbook weekly head and shoulders pattern that came up with a 50% decline in the stock value, and now we're rallying. The reason I'm bringing that to your attention is because if you think every time you see a head and shoulders pattern, the stock is going to go to zero, you are wrong. All right? It might go to zero, but the chances are very, very low that'll happen. Sure, you have a great, nice, gorgeous sell-off. And guess who made absolutely $0 this entire time? Emmanuel said, what was that target line drawn? Oh man, you don't even want to know, dude. You don't even want to know. We drew this line at the 200 simple on the monthly chart. I was very confident that Goldman Sachs would trade down right around here at 190. It would make it all the way down to 154 and bounce right off that price. And I made $0 on the way down. I may have made $1 on the way up though. I missed the bear move, full disclosure, but that bull pop. Yeah. Richard says, why did I miss it? I tried, man. I legit tried real hard to get in bearish. We had a few setups and it just kept cranking lower. I never got in on a pullback. This candle, when this gap right here occurred, I thought it was going to pull back to here, and I was ready to short it there. And then this candle came in, and then this gap down came in. I was like, okay, cool, maybe a possible double bottom, right? So this candle came in, and I was like, all right, so probably going to go a little bit lower, and then just gap down and never retested. I had a limit sell inside the candle. Inside of this candle with a stop loss up here, never filled. This candle came in, I set up a limit buy, missed it by about $3. Got emotional, didn't get filled on the retest of this candle. Should have put a limit sell there with a stop loss up there, didn't. Shorted it right there on a day trade, got stopped out, lost like $100. Got emotional, got pissed off, and then bought a position or two down there, went long, made some money. Richard says, did you feel like you were chasing? Yeah, bro, I feel like I was chasing Goldman Sachs bearish like since this candle. I was like, man, is it really going to go all the way down there? Like the whole time. I was like, yeah, I guess it did. So bottom line, yeah, I missed out on that bear move. I really did try. Right, Falco? We tried, man. We were setting up limits. Like, it is not out of that. We did not have it open. Like, we had orders in and just never filled numerous times. All right, I had a trader request CNC. Kevin B is in a put sale at 50 for August. So Kevin B, don't know if you're still in the trading rooms, but that one is looking pretty toasty for you, man. Well done, looking good. QTT, we traded this one bullish and apparently made the only bullish money to be made on this stock. So QTT, we got in bullish here. Yeah, we got in bullish right around here on QTT. And we got out right here on QTT, and that was it. That was our swing trade on that one back in January, February. And I did have a trader. Her name is Tara. Tara is amazing. She got out of QTT on the open of this candle. Pretty happy about that exit she is. And guess who missed every dime on the way down on this one? This giant baboon. I made no money on that. But why? I just forgot about it or something. I have no idea. This is the gap and go, and I could definitely tell you that that's a great gap, and I don't know how I missed this move. I don't know. Call me an idiot or something. I have no idea what QTT is doing, folks, but it does not look good. Not right now, at least. All right, 3 left, and I'll let you go. Bank of America, BAC. Bank of America. So Bank of America had a retest the other day. Actually, 2 or 3 retests. So here's your hourly chart. And Bank of America did have a little bit of a pullback right there, had another little bit of a pullback right there. That blue line that's on the screen, that's me saying, hey, buy the pullback, buy a dip. Don't get in on a breakout, get in on a pullback. Obviously, it didn't pull back down into this gap, which is really what I would have liked to have happen. I have a 0 position in Bank of America, but I don't know why it won't go higher. And I don't see why the banks in general won't keep going higher at some point. The market's going to keep on slowly stampeding bullish. So be ready for that. I think so, at least. And Bank of America looks really nice. We got two left. Here's GG, which is, or is it supposed to be GC? I think it's supposed to be GLD. So gold, the ETF. We had an option order set up on gold from the weekly options newsletter, and it did not pull back quite as far as I thought it would. But it did pull back, just not quite as far. It still might. So on Monday or Tuesday, we're gonna relook at gold and see if I can pick up a position on gold on a pullback, or maybe I just missed it. I'm not entirely sure. But looking at it, I think that it would love to pull back. And now here's the good thing. If gold does not pull back, this is an extremely bullish candle pattern if we break above it. So if gold breaks above 134.39, hop on in. She's going to ride higher. That is a wicked pair candle pattern. Extremely bullish if we break above these highs. So feel free to just go long on a gold position to some degree if you would like to, if we take out that position. Shares or options, I would love to pull back a little bit more, but that's a really good setup. Falco says win. If you want calls, I'd probably go with September. September calls sound good. Oh, Falco says, I mean, when we break above, not if. Gotcha. Yeah, I think that's more on the when side as well, rather than an if. But I would like to buy it lower, but if it does, just break out and just run. That's equally fine. That's a big stop loss. Yeah, I can do it tighter. Okay. All right, so gold, we're gonna put that on the list for Monday. Richard wants me to look at Citigroup. Citigroup is, wow, what a retest on Citigroup. So Citigroup is at a very strong 71.96 resistance. That resistance has been on my chart for a long time based on the monthly chart. Citigroup still has a little bit of recovery to do from 2008. So daily charts on Citigroup, you have a gorgeous high wave candle. And this high wave candle, if we break above, bullish. If we break below, look for the trap and look to buy it, Richard, around right below the low of this wick right there. So if you're looking at playing a bullish, 69.96. If it breaks below the low of that candle is where I'd look to snap a share or two of Citigroup. And then last but not least, CRPB. What is this? Gold, Citigroup, CRPP. Corvus Pharmaceuticals. Looks like it's a straight train to zero town. Weekly chart, very sideways. No, it could bounce. It could. This is the type of company, though, that I'm talking about. That a lot of people will go, yeah, let me put 10 grand into this trade. I would not advise that. I don't advise anything, really. I just educate and entertain. But this is an example of a company that if I had 5 grand, I wouldn't take 5 grand and put it into this type of company. Right? Does that make sense? I can look at the chart and sure it might go up, but I don't have anything backing that up. So right now, at this particular thought process, you got a pennant pattern. And if it breaks down, go bearish. It's at a little bit of a support. And if you want to catch it on a bull pop, feel free to do so. But that's what I got on that one. Ladies and gentlemen, that is our week. The free week is over. What does everyone want to do for Monday? I hope over 100 of you sign up between now and Monday. I really do. I think it'd be an exceptional, really exciting opportunity to work with loads of people and just learn from all backgrounds. What do you need from me? This is a perfect time to ask questions. I am not busy. I'm here. I don't have anything to do all night. other than answer about 1,500 emails. So what questions do you guys have for me about signing up? Because there's no other option between now and Monday. Come Monday, all bets are off. I say all bets are off. Not quite. It's not entirely true. Let me show you the dedication that people inside real life trading have on real life trading. Ready for this? I have a trader who reached out to me today, and he's going to buy another trader subscription because that's how valuable he thinks real life trading is. How crazy is that? Have you ever heard of another company or anyone ever doing that? That's insane to me. I'm serious. So one of you who does not sign up because for whatever reason, maybe it's a capital issue, I understand. I have a trader out there who is willing to put his own money on the line to buy that person's subscription for a month. So that's the level of dedication we're talking about. Scott says, I sent an email today. Resend it, Scott, jeremy@reallifetrading.com, because if you sent it in the last hour, I haven't gotten it, but if you sent it anytime before last hour, I did not get it. Jeremy@reallifetrading with 2 R's. Richard says, enjoy the weekend, Jeremy. I will, man. Tomorrow, I'm going to be on a 36-hour hike. It's going to be insane, man. I'm practicing and training for this really insane event that I have coming up in August. Dennis says, I have the rest of the summer off. I'm already in, looking forward to being here and can't wait to be back in Nashville. I'll take you guys out for dinner and music. Dennis, I love that time that we went out, man. Last time in Nashville, so thank you. Can't wait to do it again, my friend. Glenn says, are the renewals automatic? They are. Yep. So it's just on automatic renewal. So you don't have to worry about anything. You don't have to keep signing back up. It's just reoccurring, automatic. And then obviously, if you want to turn it off, just email me and we'll turn it off. That's it. You guys are good? Nothing else? My boy Vinny says, check out GE. It's in a squeeze on the weekly chart. GE is squeezing and earnings is around the corner. Yep, earnings around the corner. Looks really, really cute. I'm kind of pumped about this one. It's either going to do absolutely nothing or it's going to do something. Alice says, is the $199 a month include the day session only? No, ma'am. So the $199 a month is the morning room. It is the afternoon room. It is the weekly options newsletter. It is the trading journal. It is access to Slack channel. And on our Slack channel, that's where you have direct access to Brad Reed, myself, Tracy Ball, Robert Falco, Michael Ramsey, Rob DeSantos, Mark Henson, Andrew Hall, Blake Anderson. There's about 70 millionaires in this chat group right here. I suggest joining if you want to be a part of a group of people who are working on your growth. It's a smart thing to do. Tracy said billionaires. I will say in full disclosure, I don't know if we have any billionaires, but at some point, I'm sure there's a billionaire lurking out there somewhere. I don't know of one, but that's okay. I don't need to know everyone's financial stuff. That's not my problem at all, but I don't know if anyone's a billionaire, but if they are, I love it. I hope it's a woman. I hope it's a woman billionaire hanging out in that chat pane right there. Visualize your future. You're absolutely right. I totally agree. Okay. Daniel says, Jeremy, thank you so much for your time as well as the team. You guys are truly something. I will definitely keep in touch. A couple of constraints on my side. In the meantime, where can I find these recordings to go over the past 5 days? My good friend, if you hop over to our YouTube channel, hop over to our YouTube and just click on Real Life Trading. Make sure to subscribe. I will say if capital constraints are a little bit of an issue, just donate some time to getting an RLT shirt. I make zero money off of this, but it's free marketing. So if you guys want to get a shirt, there's a shirt in the chat pane. If you're like, $199 is too much, I don't have that much money, then just buy a t-shirt. It's really good marketing. People always ask what the heck that is. And, you know, you can also get a coffee mug, or you can get we have baby clothes on here. Because like 4 months ago, we had like 9 babies being born inside the RLT community. So we got some baby clothes. We got this most epic RLT candlestick t-shirt. And if you can't or don't want to buy that, snag a book, $8. Get that book. And back to Daniel's question. So Daniel, yeah, just go to reallifetrading.com or Real Life Trading, either one. They all have the videos. Click on that and you'll see every video all week long. There's no way you can miss it. It's all there. All right, perfect, cool, awesome, beautiful. Anything else, folks? I'm still here. I do have something at 7, but I don't think it's very far away. Oh, Square and Shopify. Sorry, I had someone ask for Square and Shopify. Shopify, trend looks good, and Square looks amazing. Richard says, when are you coming to Seattle? You know what, Richard? That's a good question, man. I didn't know exactly when the best time to tell everyone this, but I guess I'll tell everyone this again or now. There's still no one's left from the time that this webinar started, which is amazing. Ashley's about to quit her job again. She started she started a side hustle because it was fun and she liked it and she wanted to grow and learn new things. And I just can't talk her out of not trading full time. So, I mean, she's trading more and more every single day, and she's getting even better and better and better. She's in Square right now. She's crushing it. She's an amazing trader. She's learning futures. Falco says, is she crushing me? She's not yet, but she's getting close. She's doing amazing. And the reason I'm bringing that up, Richard, is because we're about to start a traveling spree. Like you guys used to think that I traveled a lot. Oh, you haven't seen anything yet. So Seattle is happening. It's one of our favorite cities. It will definitely occur, I promise. And we're gonna start hopping on jet planes and just traveling everywhere. John says, if I join, is there any way to know other traders local? Of course, man. Just reach out. This is the community right here. So honestly, just reach out and find out who's local. You're in Canada, John, if I'm not mistaken. You're either on the East Coast or the West Coast, and we got people in both. We got tons of Canadians. We got like 40 Canadians up in here. Tracy said, I'm from Canada. John says he's in Toronto. Yeah, man. All kinds of people in Toronto. Richard says, we can host a trading meeting and get you some subscriptions so you can change some lives. Cool, man. Let's do that. We'll build something. We'll create something. If you have something in mind, we need to chat about it. Felicia says, have an awesome weekend. This was a phenomenal week. I learned so much. My pleasure. Kevin lives in Windsor, Ontario. Tracy lives in Drayton Valley, Alberta. John lives in Toronto. Thomas says, are there any option day traders in the RLT community? More than anywhere else in the world. Alan says, I'm coming to Nashville in September. Uh-oh, there we go. There we go. Man, should I tell the cops now, Alan, that you're coming? Let the Nashville PD fill them in. Give them an update. All right, boys and girls, I took 90 minutes of your time. Thank you for spending that with me. I'm gonna go do some crazy cool stuff tonight, and then tomorrow I'm just gonna work out until I puke, and I'm gonna do that again Sunday. And then Monday we're gonna be back at it for all those people who join up, sign up, and be a part of this incredible team. Thank you. Have a great weekend. You are amazing. I love you all. And until next time, love life, live life, trade it back.